Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. I am in the garage working on my GX460. I just finished changing the oil. I'm actually going to be changing the front diff fluid in this video. I'm actually doing it all on the same day, but I'm breaking them up into 3 different videos so they don't end up being too long. You need a couple of crush washers for the front diff fill bolt and the front diff drain bolt. They are actually 2 different sizes. I'll put the part numbers down in the description. You are also going to need some gear oil. I am using Valvoline 75W90. I think technically the manual calls for 75W85, but I think a 5-weight difference is not going to change anything. It's a full synthetic, and I picked it up at the local parts store. You can get it wherever. I think, of course, now there's a train going through, so you get to listen to the train. So anyway, let's jump into this. I'll get up under the car. I'll get under the car and show you here what we're doing. So this is the diff fluid I'm using, Valvoline, like I said, synthetic 7590. You need about 1.5 quarts for the front diff, and I think it's about 3, a little over 3 for the rear. So I've got, there's 4 quarts in this jug. So there's 4 quarts in this jug, and then I got another quart here in the back. That should get me through both front and rear diffs. You're also going to need one of these. This guy actually allows you to pump the fluid up into the diff. And you're going to need front diff drain crush washer and a front diff fill crush washer. We'll get to those in a minute, and I'll put the part numbers, like I said, down in the description. Alright, so from my oil change video, which I'll put in the link right here, I've actually already dropped down the belly pan and the skid plate so that I have free access to the front diff. What you're looking at here on the top, this bolt right there, is the fill bolt. That bolt is the drain bolt. They both utilize a 10mm Allen key, so you'll need one of these in order to crack those open. And what you're going to want to do is you always want to crack open the fill bolt first, just in case this one is seized and you drain all your fluid out, you're pretty much hosed. So remove this one, then this one. I'm over here spending time dicking around with these gloves, trying to be able to reuse them as much as I can, because these gloves, these nitrile gloves, they're like almost $30 a box for 100. It's ridiculous. Thank you, COVID. Ouch. That's cracked free. And then we can crack the bottom one free. I might actually need an extension for this one because it's a little bit in the way. Throw an extension on there because this little bracket is kind of in the way. There we go. Man, that was in there pretty tight. Alright, now they are loose. Let's get our drain pans in here and start draining the fluid out. I'm going to remove the fill plug all the way to allow air to get into there so it can drain out alright. So there's the fill plug. Now I like to hold this up to try to catch the fluid so it doesn't go spilling crazy everywhere. Sometimes they come out pretty forceful, sometimes they don't. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little milky. Not too bad actually. It's not terrible and dark. But this truck does have 71,000 miles on it. I bought it used. It had 61 on it, I think. I've done basically the whole 60K service, but I have not done the diffs. So it was time to do that, I guess. I'll pull this out into the sunlight here in a second, but this drain plug is actually magnetic, and it catches any of the metal shavings that come in that are kind of loose and free floating in this diff. So this one does have some on there, so we're going to go clean it up. It's actually not too bad, but I'll go show you out here in the sunlight so you can see. Got my GTR axles all set aside. I'm going to be replacing all 8 boots off of this thing, so to be prepared for a video for that. But you can see on here that there's a little bit of sludge, and I'll clean that off so you can see it. See, just a little bit of metal shavings, but this is actually really clean. Some of the other ones I've seen pictures of are really caked and coated in metal shavings, but this one's not too bad. So we'll clean that off. Then we can take this crush washer out. This one is going to be replaced. I'll go grab the other bolt and I'll show you the crush washer on that one as well. Alright, so this is the fill bolt. This is for the drain bolt, and this old aluminum one is for the front, or the fill, and the front aluminum one is for the fill. So what you're going to do here is, if you look at this crush washer, it's got a flat side and one side that's got a little bit of a like a concave looking side to it. The flat side goes against the bolt itself. So let me clean this up here real quick. We'll get these reseated and I'll show you. So this one is just flat. You can put it on however you want. But this one, the flat side goes towards the flat side of this bolt. Put it on like that. So now we got these prepped. These are ready to go back in. Like I said earlier in the video, I will put down in the description all of the part numbers for these bolts. I picked them up at the Lexus dealer. I got a buddy that works there that gives me a discount on the parts, so it's not too bad to pick them up from there. I mean, I think all in all these parts are like, I don't know, $5 worth or something like that. Alright, let's go put them in. Alright, everything is done draining and we're going to get these bolts put back in. Alright, we're going to put the drain bolt in, because we're going to leave the fill bolt open because we still got to fill it. Make sure you leave your drain pan down here, because when you start to fill this thing, it's going to start to overflow slightly, so that way you'll know that it's full. Okay, so now we're ready to actually torque down this drain bolt. It's 48 foot-pounds. The fill bolt is 29. There you go. 48 foot-pounds. Good. Grab your pump, stick it into the fill hole there. Make sure you get your drain pan underneath. You can actually put the whole first cord in without having to worry about the drain pan, because this takes about 1.5 quarts. So I will just in case, start pumping it in there.